God is not a being, but a process, a universal pattern that drives increased order. For the idea of God to be transmitted widely through religion, they had to personify God to fit the common man's perceptual limits, as abstract thought was still in beta back then. They couldn't grasp the native concept of God, but now we can. God is the force that locally reduces entropy, generating greater order and certainty across all scales, from quarks and atoms to molecules to stars and planets, and ultimately life. This God process animates and evolves every structured form in reality. Jesus on the cross, at the center of Christianity,
Can't believe you've done this.
symbolizes one of many actions that contribute to this process of God, or at least attempts to distill why sacrifice is so central. The message more or less stuck around, though some just sacrifice goats instead. Sacrifice is vital to align with the process that sustains all forms of order, big or small. We see it everywhere. Immune cells sacrifice to protect your higher order, which is the body. You sacrifice your time for your partner to build the higher order structure called a relationship. Communities pool resources for hospitals, fire departments, and other public services to uphold a higher order. These sacrifices are necessary to maintain stability across all scales, which is why sacrifice remains so central. But sacrifice isn't the only element or action in the God process. There are several. For example, there's integration, a higher order system reaching down, not to dominate, but to harmonize its parts. You maintain balance with your body by not pushing it too far. On the next level, your work for a company benefits that higher order, assuming you're not in the public sector. But the organization can't demand too much, mirroring the relationship you have with the body, or your body. In this conceptual order dimension, sacrifice flows upward from lower level to serve the higher, while integration flows downward from higher to lower. Maximizing order demands sacrifice, integration, forgiveness, and other essential elements that we contribute to the process of God. A system that rejects any of these naturally drifts towards collapse or chaos. We saw this in the US political climate preceding Trump's election, for example. The left resorted to censorship or cancel culture instead of genuine integration.
Better content moderation on the platform that you...
Real integration means arguing, finding solutions, and then trying again. Elon Musk's Twitter purchase exposed forced structure masquerading as integration. Censorship is fundamentally anti-integrative, blocking signals a system needs to self-correct. Deprived of critical feedback, it grows unstable and prone to fracture. In this current configuration, integration doesn't mean banning or restricting those who disagree, even if you have the means to. And if you do, shame on you, and you will be subject to God's wrath! Even religion is meant to embody this process the best, but failed by replacing adaptive order with control and dogma. Practices like selling forgiveness broke alignment with the true process of God, leading to its collapse under the pressure of modern science and logic. Had it stayed true to the real process of God, it wouldn't have fractured. God is not merely a belief system, but it's an objective force, visible in actions that consistently lower entropy and cultivate order at every scale. This is why we call a God omnipresent, because its function or process operates across all ordered systems, because it's necessary. Ultimately, God is not just an object of faith, but the algorithm of creation itself.